Hey guys, welcome to day 5 of the Tzevet vlog. So I think we're gonna do again a nice little random grouping of topics today, based off of based off of based of requests. Which, by the way, please send in more. Not all of them I'm necessarily going to be able to talk about. Not because I won't personally talk about it, but because, it might this just might not be the appropriate platform for it. But yeah, so let me know if you hear noise. It's probably because the Roshade are having a lightning round to the left of me. Anyway, okay. What do I think of sombreros? I have an opinion on a lot of things. I'm a fairly opinionated person, though I think everybody is, I'm not really, you know, I mean, maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, I don't really have an opinion about sombreros. They, I guess I just don't know about, I don't know enough about their, cultural significance. I have no idea. I just know about, I just, see it, anything that's, at all, Mexican related. Anytime people have thematic things, there's always sombrero, but I don't know. That was a long time to talk about something I have no opinion on. Okay. Next. People who double cross your Motorola call. It's kind of annoying. I mean, I don't know if I've ever been furious or anything like that. I think it's just a little bit irritating, But we try to have good Motorola etiquette. We're taught that in the beginning of sessions, and hopefully remember and get reminded all the time, and whatever. And you just have to have benefit of the doubt and hope that there's clearly a more important reason why they need the Motorola than you sometimes. So whatever. Flat Earth theory and faked NASA moonwalk theory. I guess I don't know what to say about this. It's not like I particularly think people are so crazy for thinking, one thing or the next. I think it's a bit strange when we seemingly have proof, but I suppose some people it's the proof has to be with their own eyes, and since I don't know what the population number of people become astronauts and actually get to go into outer space and actually see that the world is circular. I don't know what those people's numbers are, and I know there are other methods to knowing that it's not flat. The Earth is not flat. But I'm saying as one person standing on this piece of ground in Camp Stone, it's not flat, that's for sure. It's a giant hill, but it's, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Whatever. I don't agree necessarily with them at all, but alright, you want to believe that? I don't know. I really feel as long as your opinions aren't genuinely harming people, and they're just things that you want to think, then okay, I'm all for certain conspiracy theories, which is another thing, the conspiracy theory of fake NASA moon landing, NASA walking on the moon. I think that's funny. I don't believe in it, but I don't know, there's something about conspiracy theories, because I know because it makes you sound paranoid and you sound kind of crazy, but but I don't know, sometimes you have to wonder, is my entire what is that movie with oh my gosh, what is that movie where his whole The Truman Show, thank you. You know what I mean? I don't know, don't you ever have Truman Show moments when you're everybody knows something's going on and everybody knows it and I don't? Maybe that's paranoia. I don't know. It doesn't happen all the time. It just happens sometimes. So I feel it's kind of the same type of thing, similar thing. There's something actually, going on. And I don't know, you can talk about Area 51 and all these other different things. And I think it would be kind of silly to just make a very large assumption that there's no other life in the entire universe, and any other galaxy and all that stuff. And I love thinking about that stuff, but it also makes me feel a little bit ill as well, because I don't know enough about it. I definitely never studied it. I can learn about it. I can read about it, I suppose. I can speak to people that do study it. But, I don't know, alternate realities, these kind of things, it like freaks me out because then, but I think the reason why it freaks me out is because it makes me feel smaller than I already know that I am, you know? And I think that in general is a huge fear for human beings, which like is already going into a totally different topic that, well, we can talk about at a different time, which is my theory on why human beings do bad things. It's a theory. It's a working theory. I don't know. I just study an unfortunate amount of negative things sometimes in history and current events, and I've developed a theory from that. Dropping out of high school. Okay. I technically dropped out of high school. I think I talked about this. My high school shut down when I was in 11th grade. We took extra courses, nighttime, during the day, in order to graduate. A bunch of us graduated. A bunch of us chose not to, but a bunch of us graduated. So I guess I wouldn't really consider dropping out of high school. It really just depends on who you are, I think, you know? Like, you have to know what's best for yourself. And if you're not having, like, a positive high school experience, or you don't feel like you're gaining something out of it, and you feel like taking a step out and towards something else is good for you, great. For other people, like 12th grade or 11th grade or whenever you're dropping out of high school, like, you know, those are like really, really, really prime years. I think they're prime years in general for people. Like you're 17, 18, maybe 16 years old, and like those are like really important, like developmental, socially, etc. years. However, I don't think that dropping out of high school necessarily would stunt that. I guess it just depends on what you're pursuing instead of it. You know, if you're going to like midrasha or yeshiva early, or if you decide to like do, you know, like jumping into university early, like I think it'll be difficult. You know, it's always easier to be with people that are like living, you know, having the same experiences as you, living the same life, but it doesn't mean it's bad. And like eventually you'll even out. Like that's what's kind of cool in general about life, is that like at some point, whether you're, you know, 34 or like 44, like even though it's a 10-year age gap, and like back when you were 16 and 26, like, you know, you would have been like, you know, their teacher or their counselor or something, I don't know. But like it's so interesting because at some point like life just ends up evening out, because then everybody's like in the same position in life, you know. You're all in university, you're all in high school, you're all in the workforce or whatever. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's like a really negative thing. I think it just depends on who you are and what you need, you know, what's happening to you at the time. For me, it was exactly, you know, we had to do it / we wanted to do it. I was not interested in going to 12th grade somewhere else, especially since like 12th grade in general is not really taken as always the most serious year, depending on which school you're in. So I was like, why am I going to waste my time doing a whole year of 12th grade for like social things that like I don't even need that. Like it's a whole new group of social people. Like I'm not going to move into a new school for 12th grade. Like that didn't feel right for me. So, and then of course I went to community college, and that was such a weird experience. But anyway. All right. Thanks, guys. Shabbat Shalom. I hope you have an incredible Shabbat. We really, really miss you here. And I can't wait to, you know, eventually spend what I assume will be an incredibly epic Shabbat back together again next year. Love you guys. Shabbat Shalom.